President Trump, unbelievably, has been heaping praise on Qatar, so much so that he has established a mutual defense treaty with this very, very, very tiny gazillionaire country and is building them a military base in America. What you may not know is what the Qatarians are saying in Arabic that never gets translated into English. These statements were made after the peace deal. You're going to be shocked. They ought to be on the president's desk right now so he can take action. Here's something I'm dying for you to explain to me because I don't get it. President Trump has lavished praise on Qatar. Now, for those of you that don't know, it's maybe the richest country on earth per capita. It's about this big, and they have gajillions of dollars. They have been the major funder of Hamas forever. They supply money for arms training. The leaders of Hamas that got out of Gaza all live free in these billion-dollar penthouses in Qatar. And yet, in spite of that, we have announced a mutual defense treaty with Qatar that doesn't even have an army. So if anyone attacks Qatar, the United States will defend them. And President Trump right now is building an air base there in Idaho. This was the announcement from War Secretary Hegseth saying, this is where we're going to build the base for Qatar in America. So they can train courtesy of us. Now, when you hear that, maybe it doesn't sound so bad, and maybe you think they've changed their minds. Let me tell you what they say in Arabic, because we've got the translations. You ready?
Yep.
So while the Qatari government claims to the Trump administration it's working to release the remaining hostages held by Hamas and other terror groups, Qatar's leadership is calling for the kidnapping of more Israelis, whom they call rats. This month, in October, they posted, quote, if success is not achieved this time in capturing Zionist soldiers at the hands of the heroes of Hamas brigades, then the second, third, and fourth attempts will succeed, God willing, by adding new rats to the tally held by the hero of the Hamas brigades. In today's attempt, the heroes of Al-Qassam, which is the military wing of Hamas, during a qualitative operation storming a new established military site in Rafah, they, Hamas, sent a number of Zionist soldiers to hell, a wretched fate, while others were sent to worldly torment with permanent disabilities and impairments, and other to mental and psychological institutions. Blessed be the heroes, many, and may the hands of the vile criminal outcast be paralyzed. Then later, they released this in Arabic. I swear the Zionist entity will invariably disappear, no matter how much the entity is revived with diplomatic cover, political support, and military supplies. This entity has a limited lifespan. Its end is near, very, very near. And then finally, every inch of Gaza has turned into ambushes, hunting down the occupation soldiers. There's no place in Gaza safe for the Zionists. Leaving Gaza is not like entering it. Even if you fortify yourself with tanks, hide behind armored vehicles, and are heavily armed with weapons, you'll never be far from Yasin rockets, Qassam snipers, Qassam brigades explosives, and the resistance factions. That's what Qatar says in Arabic, while they're kissing Donald Trump's butt in English, and they're hugging Donald Trump, who's hugging them back. Oh my God, can the White House please translate this for the president?
You think they don't know?
What's that?
You think they don't know? Talking about the White House, because
If I know, it's on Donald Trump's desk. I'm being a little bit silly.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I'm just saying, because maybe they don't know. But then again, you're right. If you're talking about it, it is clearly on his desk. I don't have any explanation. Maybe he's, had the whole expression, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer type deal. Maybe, I don't know. I have no explanation on this one. Uh, I think I'm with you when it comes to Qatar. You can't trust them. They're the reason right now that all this is going on. And then again, maybe President Trump is still trying to do an olive branch, trying to give them, say, hey, look, Hamas is a problem. Help us rectify this problem. We'll do XYZ for you. Maybe this is Qatar getting ready to cut complete ties with Hamas. Is that a possibility?
As of today, the remaining Hamas leadership is still in Qatar, flying on private jets, managing their billions that they've stolen from the EU and the United States and from their own citizens. I don't know. Sure seems like if you cared and you saw these speeches about how they're going to kill everybody, maybe you'd believe them.
Yeah. I'm at a loss, Barry. I don't like it, but and I know you don't like it either. So I don't know.